get this set up. Make a couple posts real quick. Okay, just sending out a couple more invites real quick, then I'll get this going. God, I'm struggling with my fingers right now. I can't even make a post without messing it up. Just trying to send it out to my Facebook page and a couple groups, and then I'm gonna get going here. Sorry for if anyone is watching and I'm not doing shit. Hey, thanks for everyone for joining in. Yeah, this is the updated version of the Titan by Zidon. It is an absolute beast. This just released today. Like, the regular version of that mod was available last week, but this new updated version added this second option for the Titan, and it's this specific trial-made version of it, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to take this for a quick little drive here through Smithville Dam, and then I'm going to jump over to Wisconsin. I figured I didn't want to jump straight into Wisconsin and then have to send out the invites and my posts and stuff. So I sent those out, and I'm just taking this little guy through a quick little test here in Smithville Dam, and in a minute I'm going to just open up the map and I'll jump over to Wisconsin. But I love this Titan. This thing is awesome. Now that we have this second version of it, like they have the regular version of it still in the truck store, but this modified version is a completely separate truck that you can buy. It's pretty sweet. Such a good off-road vehicle. It just goes through everything. But yeah, so how about we go to Wisconsin? We've waited long enough. I still haven't been. Figured I'd save it for a live stream. But yeah, so Wisconsin, we got both maps. You only have the first map, Black Badger Lake. So let's get it on. Phase 3. Sorry to make you guys sit through a loading screen, but I wanted to have the live stream kind of show the entire experience. I'm just going to go through and try and unlock some watchtowers and stuff. Hey, thanks for stopping by, the Boss 43. Appreciate it. Hey Charles, thanks for joining in the stream. I did have an issue where the amount of mods I had active last night, it would not allow me to do it. There were restrictions that everyone seems to be having in the Facebook groups. All I had to do was deactivate like 3 mods because I only had like 10 activated. And when I downloaded the new CCM mod and whatnot, it didn't allow me to activate it because I had other mods active, and all I had to do was deactivate, I think it was the trio of tremendous Tuz pack that had come out. So I deactivated that, and it allowed me to turn on this CCM Stadium truck here. So let's take this new bad boy out for a spin. There has been some lag in the truck store, and just putting trucks into truck slots and stuff. But yeah, here we are in Wisconsin. There's gonna be generator trailers that you'll have to use to help activate different facilities and stuff. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Let's get some daylight in here. Why is it dark? So, we start out here in the garage, and let's just go for the closest watchtowers. Looks like this road goes right this way. So we'll just grab this watchtower to start. I tried not to watch any YouTube videos on Wisconsin because I just didn't want to spoil it for myself. It's hard not to watch the PTS footage when it comes out. But man, dude, these maps look good. This mod looks good too. I'm liking the CCM. It is a little quirky and it's a little weird. But all mods are going to be a little bit weird and kind of messed up to start. I bet you have to follow that road to get to the watchtower, but we'll follow this road for now. It's getting no traction on the road for some reason. I have noticed what some people were complaining about in the Facebook groups about the reverse gear taking forever. Like if you shift down manually into reverse, it is, and then back into auto, it is super slow. If you look at reverse down in the bottom right corner, it just takes one Mississippi, where if you go into low or neutral or high, it's quick and instant. You know, it changes automatically, but for some reason they updated it so reverse is it's slow, and it's so silly. I'm gonna guess no. That trail just loops around. So yeah, I'm gonna just follow this road down and around and see if I can get to the Watchtower that way. I have noticed this CCM Stadium mod truck does dig itself into the ground occasionally, which is kind of weird, but you have to expect weird and quirky stuff with mods. Unfortunately, it kind of comes with the territory. Let's just go this way. Yeah, see, it digs itself straight into the ground. I have to put it in low, 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 low to get out of any mud hole. Like before I turned on the stream, I was taking this around Smithville Dam, and it was doing the same thing where if you come to a stop or spin your tires too much, it just digs itself into a hole. And I'm not sure if it's because of the small tires or the way that the mod was created, but it is definitely a little weird. Oh hey Ian, thanks for joining the stream, dude. Always good to see you in here, man. Yeah, this thing is... there's potential here. It looks good, but it definitely does not handle or drive the best. But I'm going to use this to get to that Watchtower, and then I'll probably swap to, like, Zidon Z60 or something. Like, this thing's fun, but I don't want to deal with quirky, weird shit. Hey Kiwi D, thanks for joining the stream, dude. Hope you're having a good night. Ah, that's a great suggestion, Kiwi. Making that an option, and I don't even know. It potentially could be an option in the settings. I haven't taken a look at that yet, but that is a really good suggestion. Like if they're gonna make changes like that, it should be optional. You know, some people aren't going to like it. Kind of like when they changed the steering back in like phase 1 or whatever it was, and they added in the auto centering and gave people no choice whether or not to have the auto center. Okay, cool. It's not in the settings. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know that, Kiwi. But, I mean, if you give them feedback and let them know that that's a feature that you do not like, it is something they could potentially change in the future. You know, it's a constant evolving process here with SnowRunner. It is kind of silly that I'm trying to take basically a street truck and go off-roading with it. Come on. That's one thing they need to get rid of too, is all these stupid little things that you can winch to that just break as soon as you winch to them. Like, it is absolutely pointless. It makes no sense at all why the fuck they would have that in the game. It really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, no one wants to fucking winch to that. If you're in real life, why the fuck would you winch to a stick that's on the goddamn ground? Oh, God. Just gonna switch to a truck that's actually capable of getting through there. Hey, Waylon Biddy, what do you mean exactly by mods not working? I had to limit it where I only have 6 truck mods, I should say, activated. I only have 6 truck mods activated, and I had 1 mod map activated. And anything other than that, it told me I didn't have enough RAM. So it might be something where you just have to play around with the number of mods that you have active, and then after that you should hopefully be able to find a sweet spot that you're able to use a certain number of mods. They did, for some reason, add even more restrictions than were already placed on the mods, which is definitely disappointing, but it is all in service of allowing the game to function properly and stabilize the game ultimately. It does suck, and it feels like they took something away from us where, you know, we were allowed to have so many beforehand, and now it feels like we're completely, you know, handcuffed and can only use so many, which does suck, but it's going to be an ever-evolving process where they're going to make these tweaks and changes throughout all the patches that come to the game, and then eventually they will loosen the restrictions once they know how they can properly stabilize the game, because the more maps that they add in, it just makes the game that much more complex and makes the game run that much harder, you can say, on the systems. It's more taxing, so they have to make these changes, unfortunately, for the betterment of the game, even though it, from a player experience, is really frustrating. Oh my god. Well, that's embarrassing. I'm just gonna go up and around. I thought for sure I'd be able to get past that CCM there and get over to that watchtower easy, but as we know from playing SnowRunner, the easiest route or the shortest route is never the best route. Just taking the long route, generally more often than not, will get you where you need to be. But this slow move into reverse gear is going to take a while to get used to, and all the missed gear shifts is going to be fucking ridiculous. Anyone use this Zidon Z60 here? This thing's pretty sweet. Love this mod. Can't rock crawl for shit, but and supposedly they were making a change with this patch, but they haven't released the patch notes, which is also frustrating. But they were supposed to make a change to rocks where they didn't act like fucking ice. Like, it is so frustrating to be driving a truck and then you get on top of a rock and just all of a sudden you just literally have no traction whatsoever. It just doesn't make sense. There we go. Should have just done this in the first place, but again, I decided to take that CCM right up the middle, and that was just a bad choice. I should know better after all these hundreds of hours playing this damn game. Oh man, Kiwi, I wish I was on PS5. I'm on a PS4 Pro and it treats me pretty well, but I would love to have a PS5 just for, you know, a better processing and also the fact that you can record longer video, shorter load times. Like, there's so many perks to playing on PS5 compared to PS4. Oh my god. Alright. Opening up the map here. Nice, there's a upgrade right behind the garage on this little island. Corner of the map's over there, so the map isn't too big. Wow, the map is actually pretty small. Map's smaller than I thought it would be, but that's whatever. I'm just happy to have new content that's from the creators. Like, mod maps are awesome and everything. I love mod maps, but love the stuff that the creators put out. Just has that extra polish on it. Like, a lot of the mod maps that people are making nowadays are definitely high quality, some more than others, but the stuff that developers end up putting out always has that extra little polish and shine to it. But I could recover to the garage right now, but I'm going to drive back just for fun to explore the map, and then I'm going to go over and grab that other watchtower. Hey, Justin R., thanks for joining in the stream, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by, check out me while I get stuck and try and figure out my way through Wisconsin here. Hopefully you didn't see me just fail at climbing up some rocks. That was kind of dumb, but oh well. That's what you get with live footage. Warts and all, mistakes and all. But if people haven't been using this Zidon Z60, I highly recommend it. It's such a fun little scout. The custom tires from the from the creator of the mod seem to have an issue where they have a traction issue. But if you use some of the more vanilla base game tires, it can help with the traction issue. It makes it a lot more drivable and fun. Hey Bobby, thanks for joining the stream, dude. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful looking vehicle, Kiwi. Yeah, I couldn't not go live today, Bobby. I mean, with Phase 3 going live, just had to do it. I've been waiting for these maps to come out for a long time. Like, after finding out we were gonna get Wisconsin back at launch when they released the trailer for the season pass and whatnot, just something about Wisconsin and the simple fact that it's bringing logging back gets me so excited. Like, I know a lot of people were kind of hemming and hawing and they weren't too excited about logging making a return, but I absolutely love MudRunner. I love the fact that we got logging coming back now. Gives it that kind of full circle feel to the game. I love the fact that they didn't add logging right away and did different, you know, types of cargo and everything, and really expanded what this game is before bringing logging back in. But now that we got logging back in here, it is really exciting. Now, I do remember from watching the videos that this mud pit right ahead of me here is absolutely stupid. I'm gonna go through it anyway, but I'm just warning you guys, there's probably some slow footage gonna be here for the next minute or two. I'm probably over exaggerating and I'm gonna be able to get through it just fine, but from what I saw, this little section between here and the other side got a little crazy. But yeah, no, nothing. I love it when I'm wrong. Whoa, this looks cool. Some sort of destroyed and flooded out town. This looks fucking gnarly. Just throw it in low high with the diff lock. Get through here a little quicker. Man, these maps. I love it. Loving it so far. Oh, is the other side bad? Okay, Brandon. I'll keep that. I'll do that just for fun next time. Something about... I think a lot of people always just, you know, you gotta try and get yourself stuck. You know, you gotta find what's the hardest way to make it through, because then you know not to go that way. Can't have the game be too easy. That's why I always kind of laugh when people talk about trucks not having certain upgrades and it makes them useless and stuff. It's like, no, you gotta just figure out what's the best way to use it, and what's the strength of the vehicle, and how to utilize it. Have to get creative with how you play the game. I am very interested to see how that Pacific P15, or P512 I should say, how that thing handles, because apparently it doesn't have all-wheel drive, but it does have diff lock. This is a friggin' swampy mess through here. But still making it towards that watchtower. Gonna go grab that. It looks like there's only one other watchtower on this map. Yeah, I was kind of shocked too, Bobby, that they didn't have logging when the game first launched, but it also, I mean, it does make sense in a way for them to mix it up. Because, I mean, there were people that were just completely burnt out on logging from MudRunner, because unfortunately it was really one of the only things you could do. Like, you had logging and garage points. Like, that's the only two types of cargo, I guess you could say, you could do in MudRunner. And I mean, you could have like repair points and other like stuff like that, but very, very few actual options in the game. You like that when I just threw it into high and completely got out of control? Like, you can never turn off that want to just like throw it into high gear and just go crazy through stuff, but it makes the game so squirrely. Grab some fuel. What's going to be the best way? Probably this road, if I had to guess. Probably wraps around and goes up onto a little small mountain or hill over there. Looks like there are structures that you collect cargo and whatnot from on this map, which is exciting. I love that feature from the Yukon. This is, I was gonna say, that had bad news written all over it, but that was actually pretty easy. Some of these short wheelbase scouts are so weird. It almost feels like they rotate from the center instead of actually turning like a truck should. It's so weird sometimes, especially when you have all-wheel drive on. Shit's weird. Oh, okay, that makes sense, Ian. Thanks for letting me know, dude. Has anyone in the chat here, has anyone played through Wisconsin yet? Like, you guys enjoying it? What are your thoughts so far? I hope people are liking it. From what I was seeing online, it was kind of divided. Like, people were either liking it or they weren't. A lot of people said it was just like another version of the Yukon or whatever, and they didn't feel like it was enough different. But so far to me, it feels different enough. Ooh, that's a big tree down in the middle there. Heyo. I hate that when the winch grabs behind you. So stupid. I think I just got myself wedged between some rocks. Alright. Like, I'm trying to read the comments while driving, and it really, like, it gives me so much more appreciation for different modders, not modders, streamers that I've watched in the past. And it's like, oh yeah, no, it's a skill to know, like, be able to play the game and read comments and respond effectively and still play and be entertaining. It's so weird. I'm not used to this streaming stuff. I'm hitting like an invisible wall here. Alright, I'm just going up and around. I thought I'd be able to climb over that tree. I thought it'd be kind of cool, but no, I just gotta go around. Alright, Watchtower 2 down. Nice, glad you're enjoying it, Bobby. Oh, nice, you're playing it while watching me, Brendan? That's awesome. I love it. Nice, Ian, building some bridges, dude. That's awesome. I really appreciate you guys joining in the stream and watching me while you play the game. That's pretty damn awesome. I love that. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean, Bobby. And that's the thing with this game, like, they make you pay for every single mistake. Like, where they make such aggressive angles and make the vehicles roll so easily. Like, you can just be, you take a look away from the screen for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden, boom, you rolled. It's like, son of a biscuit. Alright, so yeah, it looks like it is only 3 watchtowers on this map. We got the gateway right over here. Seems to be the only gateway I've noticed so far, but part of me wants to go straight for that gateway, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come all the way over here to this watchtower. Grab that first. Looks like I can come down here and cross. We'll follow the shore. Something. Well, we'll go up to this road. We'll check out this log station, and then once we get there, I'll set up some more watch points, so you guys don't have to sit here and just stare at me trying to figure out where the hell to go. Part of the fun is just finding your own way, right? I will say I'm a little, like, wee bit disappointed with the size of this map so far, but the detail in the terrain is awesome. We are a little spoiled with those first 4 DLC maps where all of them were giant, like basically the largest size map that they've been able to make so far in the vanilla or base game. So, you know, having a smaller map isn't the worst thing. It's definitely technical and kind of crazy terrain that you have to deal with, which is awesome. And it truly looks and feels different than all the other maps that we've had so far. So I really can't complain. It's just more of an observation than a complaint. Oof. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about, where it almost like as soon as you start to get any real speed with some of these small, short wheelbase scouts, like they just seem to just spin. As soon as you start to turn, it just spins, and then the ass end comes around on you. It makes it really tough to drive. I'm completely guessing on these roads here because I haven't driven them yet, but it seems like I'm going in the right direction. That's why I try and do like only a few points when I'm setting markers with the map so that I can kind of figure out my own way instead of getting uber technical with how many checkpoints I'm trying to set each time. Looks like a brick factory. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I did notice that they added the render distance, which helps the game load a little bit better, so it isn't like a 30-foot circle around you that's constantly loading. That was kind of annoying once you start to notice it. Does anyone notice the oil stains in the water? The oil stains in the water when you're driving around is a nice touch that they brought back from MudRunner. I don't know if you'll be able to see it while I'm in this water here, but that was supposed to at least be a feature that they added back in. But where this is gray, murky water, I don't know if you'll see it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it around the vehicle right now, but we'll see. I'll get in some I'll get in some clear water and see if I can notice that, because that was a touch that I absolutely loved from the MudRunner games, was the fact that it would like stain the water around your vehicle. Hey, friendly. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. I thought about trying to do this in co-op, maybe get a buddy in here while playing, but I don't like the fact that in co-op you still can't change daylight, so having stream abilities, like, you need to kind of do single player just for that ability to change daylight. Ah, man, that is so exciting, just seeing the logging, manual loading station for logging again. That just brings me back to the MudRunner days. Oh, man. So excited to start logging. Come on. See, that's disappointing. That should have been able to do that. No problem. Oh, and no witch points? And no winch points? See, kids, that's why you don't do silly things like that. And no winch points. Now I have to drive a vehicle all the way back here when I should have just got the watchtower like a... Well, now I get to use this sweet Titan 813 new Zidon trial version of his Titan. God, I'm so silly. I can't believe I just rolled that like that. But now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to take that that deep section that I was mentioning. I love that this thing is faster than the other one. This thing is so aggressive, it just crawls through anything and everything. Why don't we just go this way? Feels like it can handle it. Wonder how deep it gets here. Oh god. Hey, that snorkel's above water. Shouldn't be giving me a water level warning. Yeah, I was kind of thinking there'd be some snow, Kenny. Yeah, thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by and dropping a comment. Yeah, I thought there would be a mix of some snow. I haven't been on the second map yet. I think I had heard there might be snow on the second map, but there definitely isn't any snow here on this first map. Once I get on the other side of this water pool here, I'm going to set another watch point so I know where I'm actually going, because I'm just kind of free-balling it right now. Try and catch up with that Zidon that I just rolled like a dummy. Oh god. Got a hold of that one. Don't do drugs, kids. Holy shit. I am digging all the flooded out areas. It's reminding me of like Deluge from MudRunner. Like, it doesn't have the big giant fast flowing river, but it kind of gives those vibes in a way. Hey GG17, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're doing well. Happy Phase 3 launch day. So I'm going to try going around this way this time. I went that way last time, so if I'm going back to the same spot, I might as well take a different route. Yeah, when it's not stuck in the deep mud and water, this thing absolutely dominates almost any terrain that it comes across. I am not using the raised suspension, which would help it not dig in like it just did, but other than that, this thing just crushes everything. Like, it might be a full-size off-road vehicle, but this thing is like basically become a badass ultimate scout. Ah, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for confirming that for me, Bobby. I hope I can find some clear water so I can see that. I'm just gonna send it into this water and hopefully I see it. Yeah, the oil stains is a great touch. Oh, Jesus, that was way deeper than I thought. Oh, God. See, and that's why you don't look at the screen or look at comments while driving, kids. You end up driving and getting yourself absolutely sunk. Let's try that again. That was hilarious. Yeah, that was a lot more deep than I expected, Kiwi. That was insane. So, alright, take 3. Trying to get to this third and final watchtower. So I'm going to go a completely different route. The first 2 times I went around this way. I'm just going to go this way this time so I can see what this area has to offer. Check out this railway station. And then we'll go to this watchtower. Alright, see? This game is just unforgiving. You make a mistake and you waste 10 minutes. Yeah, but this new upgraded second version of the Titan is so much faster than the original. They are 2 options in the truck store, where you have the original that has, like, you know, a full flatbed and sideboard bed and high and low saddle options and everything. Or you can buy this one that is more of a pure, almost scout vehicle in a way. It's got the cool roll cage add-on, the tires on the back on a flatbed, so it doesn't make it useful in the same way as being able to complete all the types of contracts with it, but it makes it into a really fun, like I keep saying, almost scout in a way, which is just kind of crazy to think for a vehicle this size. But looking at the back of it, it doesn't have like a trailer hitch or anything. So if I had to guess, it probably does not allow you to attach any type of trailer on it, which is completely fine to me. I don't need to have every single vehicle haul trailers. Like, that's something that kind of gets lost with people on these games, where people forget to enjoy the game and just have fun. Like, not everything is about completing missions or delivering cargo. Like, just the open world sandbox gameplay is really what gets me hooked on these games. Just picking a vehicle, picking a map, and just driving around and having fun. Hey Clay, is that of it's available on console and PC. This is an updated version of the Zidon's Titan, but I myself, I'm playing on PS4 right now. But yeah, this mod is available on PC and consoles. And just like all the maps, the nice paved roads, the developers just toss a shitload of giant rocks and boulders in the middle of it. Yeah, Clay, I'd be down to play sometime. In my channel description and everything like that, I have my PS4 and my Xbox game tag and PlayStation Network names listed. I'm Killswitch Vigil on PlayStation and Unearth with a 7 instead of a T on Xbox. So you just send me a friend request. I'm sure we can link up and place it anytime. Just going full train mode here. this thing is a beast. Hey Flick126, thanks for joining in. Has anyone noticed that you can't damage the grass in the new update? Do you mean it just, like, it doesn't have textures on it? It doesn't get, like, tire marks and stuff, like dirt? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Clay, they took Frog's truck down because of the display image. It had another PC mod that violated the ConsoleMod terms of agreements and community standards and guidelines. So that truck was taken down, but then the way Frog handled himself after it was taken down, his account got banned, so he was never able to re-upload it. But all of Frog's other public mods are still available. Just that Dodge has not come back because his account is banned. That being said, he has given that mod to a couple of his buddies, or at least one of them. Invalid Redneck from the TNB crew has re-uploaded that Dodge Ram mod on PC, and it does have the same packs to bring it to console, and it has been submitted for approval. It just has not made it through the approval process yet. So there is a chance it will come back, but unfortunately it's not guaranteed. I would think it will come back because there's nothing wrong with the truck itself. The truck was not taken down for any issue with the truck itself. It was the way that Frog handled himself and everything like that that led to him being banned, unfortunately. As much as people don't want to hear that, it was his fault ultimately, where all he had to do was change the image in the description in the mod browser. Simply, that's all he had to do. Yet he decided to throw a shit fit and make it just a much more drama-filled situation, and he was spam posting uploads, and they ended up blocking him for 24 hours for spam posting uploads, and then just went fully nuclear apparently after that, and long story short, got himself banned. Like, I honestly don't know the actual real specifics of everything. I've watched his YouTube videos explaining his side of the story, and I've watched, not necessarily watched, but I've read everything from the developers and from the community managers in the forums explaining why he was banned. So, I mean, there's two sides to the story, and it's kind of an amalgamation of both, but long story short, that mod creator, Frog, is currently banned, but he has another account that he's going to start using apparently, that he'll upload more mods through that eventually. But in the meantime, he has given some of his mods to other mod creators so that they can then upload them for him. It's a weird, touchy subject in the groups, unfortunately. It's kind of become divided where there's either people that are supporting Frog like tooth and nail and will just bash anyone and everyone that has a differing opinion, and then there's people that are more on the developer's side, or there's the people that just don't care. But it doesn't really matter ultimately. Like, it is what it is. It's not really anyone's place to really have like a differing opinion. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but at the end of the day, we just have our opinions, and the mod creators themselves have to handle themselves in appropriate ways that allow them to keep creating mods and distributing them. Like, Frog has a reputation of, you know, being kind of a troublemaker and going against the grain to a point where it's like the dude feeds off of it and almost tries to create the drama. just so he gets the attention, you know, but that's true or not, who doesn't really matter. That's kind of just my opinion. But I think the dude would have a lot more success if he just played the game instead of trying to make it all about himself and just call the developers retards and idiots for the way they handle themselves, instead of maybe having a differing opinion but handling it in a better way where you just have a conversation and then you can ultimately come to a meeting ground in the middle where everyone gets what they want, instead of making it a fight every time and then, you know, making it dirty and gross and crazy and then causing actual issues where it leads to his account getting banned. I mean, the dude is talented. He makes good mods, and the numbers speak for themselves. They really do. Like, you can take all opinions and everything out of the equation and just look at the raw numbers of all mods in general. You cannot say that he is not one of, if not the most popular mod creator, and that's just from the numbers of downloads on his mods. And, you know, they are good looking. They're the things that people want ultimately, which also helps drive those numbers up. But I mean, the rock crawler, the side-by-side, the Titan, and then bringing out that Dodge Ram that everyone legitimately wanted, you know. So he just needs to kind of clean up and be a little bit more professional with it, and everything will just run smooth instead of trying to get away with stuff and then making a huge scene whenever they ask him to just bring his mods to within community standards, which everyone has to follow. But enough of that. We don't need to be sitting here putting me on a soapbox talking about Froggy Frog. I mean, I might not appreciate the way he handles himself a lot of ways, but I use his mods quite often. Like the Titan Maximus was one of my most used mods for a long time, until we got some more that kind of were able to replace it. But I mean, his mods are fun. People like them. They have their time and place. I am a little disappointed that this thing is having this much trouble getting up this little step of rocks here. Well, I don't think I'm getting up these rocks. I really thought I was going to be able to get up that. It looks like I gotta go down and around. Alright. Oh well. Oh man, the Delta pickup. I cannot wait for that. That, to me, if we actually, which we should, if we actually get the Delta pickup on consoles, that is going to be the #1 console mod quickly. Like, everyone is asking for a square body. Like, even if you don't want it, like, everyone wants a square body. Like, that Chevy CK 1500 from the base game with the flare sides, like, as, you know, fun as it is in a way, like, no one really wants that unless it's people that are truly into it. But if we get the introduction of Delta pickup being a nice old school looking square body from like late 80s to 90s, like, that is just gonna go rocketing up the charts for the most downloaded mods, like, immediately, because everyone wants something like that. And it's unbranded, it looks enough different I think, to where it should make it through the approval process with no problem. At least in theory. Because I mean, if stuff like this Nissan GQ and like the Titan Maximus, like if the Titan Maximus is on consoles, there's no reason that Delta pickup shouldn't make it to consoles. Sorry, I was just trying to focus and get that thing flipped over. Like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to talk and like keep a conversation going while multitasking and playing the game. Now, part of me wants to get some of these upgrades, but I think I'm just going to go to the next map and get those Watchtowers too. Just kind of in that mood. Ah, yes, the Nissan. Are you talking about the one behind me here? Crawfish Nation. Fun name, by the way, Crawfish Nation. But yeah, this Nissan GQ Patrol, in a way, quote unquote, made it to consoles. There is, I think there's another one, but yeah, this is on PlayStation 4 here. This was one of the first rumored, confirmed console mods back on the Discord a while back, where Acerokin had uploaded a picture being like, hey, if you guys are interested in console mods happening eventually, this is one of the examples of what we will get. And he had a picture of this Nissan GQ Patrol, or Patrol GQ, I think I have that backwards, but either way, everyone just ate that up. I shared it to the groups and it just got the most likes I think I'd had on any post up until that point. And it's like, yes, we want mods like this. We want a fun Scout that just looks mean, looks like a good off-road technical rock crawling type vehicle. Like, these are the types of mods we want, and I really hope we get more. It was a little disappointing where this got denied at first, which was a little, you know, disheartening and gave some worry to the fact that if we actually would end up getting mods like this eventually. But luckily, the mod creator didn't give up. He took the denial and just made the necessary upgrades to the mod and modifications to make it look different enough, and then also just changed the name and took off the Nissan Patrol GQ name and gave it the new Watcher Z60 name, and boom, we have it on consoles. Oh, you can't find this one on PC? I would think it'd be available on PC. I know it's a little harder to discover mods on PC. I'm not sure if I think in-game on PC you use the similar console mod browser. It just has more options, where we only have 107 mods on consoles and it's 12 pages. But last I checked, I think PC has like 840 or like just over 800 mods, and it's like 90 pages or something crazy like that. So it might be a little bit harder to hunt down. I don't know if on PC he changed the name to Watcher Z60. If you look in the top corner, I just brought up the function menu. In the top left corner, it's now called Watcher by Zidon. So you might have to look for that. But if you look up the mod creator, Zidon's name is, it'll bring you to like all of his mods. The other one I was driving, the big orange vehicle, that's another one of his too. I like the touch that he does where he puts his name in the actual name of the mod itself. Really makes it so you can't forget the name of who made it. I'm just going to bring this over so I can go through the tunnel with 2 vehicles instead of 1. So once I get in the new map, in case I roll over, I'll have an option to try at least and recover myself without having to jump back to another map. Oh, nice. Thank you for the sub, man. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to do more streams occasionally. I can't do them fairly often because I work a lot and I don't have much time to play the game, but I try and do it when I can, especially if we have big, exciting drops of new content, like Phase 3 going live today. That really was exciting. Like, rumor was that we were going to get a release date today, but in true fashion of the developers not giving us much intel to really go on, they just decided to make it go live today instead of even giving us a release date. They had just told us February about a month ago, and we're like, okay, February, but when in February? And in true SnowRunner fashion, it's not like, oh, hey, it's going to come out this day, get excited for that day. No, they just made it go live. It's pretty cool. There's another quarry over here, and it actually looks different. I can at least tell from the map. Like, it's set up actually different than the quarries that we have in Taymyr and in Michigan, where I know some people have kind of given the developers some shit for the quarry in Quarry Taymyr and then the quarry that's in Smithville Dam, Michigan, being like almost identical, which, yeah, they are, but they also aren't at the same time. But they do look close enough where I understand the kind of slight jab that people want to throw at the developers for kind of almost copying pasting some features and content, but at the same time the game has so much content that, you know, a little bit of that here and there isn't bad, as long as it isn't as bad as it was in MudRunner, which it was very, very evident in a lot of the maps in MudRunner that they would copy and paste like little sections of the map, and then just put that in on different maps and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. I like that it even says like truck trials with little decals and stuff all over it. Alright, we got all the watchtowers on the first map here. Now I'm gonna jump over to the second map. What's it named? Grainwoods River. So we got the 3 watchtowers on this first map. And now we're gonna jump over to Grainwoods River. Oh, nice. They put the Scout 800 on the loading screen. It's nice to see that truck get a little love. Yeah, I like where your head's at, Bobby. That sounds fun. Hey, Brandon. Do you mean like are you posing that question about having a garage on both maps? So his question, if people aren't reading it in the comments, Brandon asked, "What do you think about having a garage on both maps?" If you mean kind of going with a more traditional base game feeling of some maps not having a garage to add to the challenge factor, I do like that idea. Making it so there's only one garage, but there's two maps. So like if you go out to a new map, kind of like I just did, you should do what I just did and bring a second vehicle just in case you happen to roll over. Because if I was to roll this in a situation where there aren't any witch points and I needed to recover, I'd have to then recover to the map that has a garage. And if both maps in the region have a garage, it kind of takes a little bit of the challenge out. I think that's what you're kind of getting at. I love that. It's one of the things I love about the base game, where they have each region that has 4 maps, but there's only 2 garages. So if you end up on those other maps that don't have a garage and you get screwed over, it can be a problem. So it does take a little bit of the challenge away, like in the DLC regions where each map has had a garage, but the maps are so aggressive that it kind of makes sense to make it that kind of challenge. It looks like it's up on the rock over there. That's something I hope they end up doing. Like, there's part of me that seems... I'm thinking that part of Phase 4 might bring 2 more maps to each of the 3 regions that we have now. So potentially, like Wisconsin, the Yukon, and then the Kola Peninsula might... This is a hard might, and this is just me speculating, but those maps, or regions I should say, might get 2 more maps each to make them full regions. Because if they just add 2 more maps, that's then 4 maps per region like the base game, which I know a lot of people have been asking for. And it would flesh out those regions, and to add to exactly what you were just asking, Brendan, let's just say screw it and make those additional maps not have garages. So it then adds the challenge, and then you have the 2 maps that you already have, just like in the base game, and then you won't be able to recover on those maps, which would be a fun challenge, but you'd get the people that would complain about the fact that it makes it too hard or blah blah blah. But bring it on. I want the challenge. I like it when they get savage. Ooh, that looks like the International Pay Star. Definitely gonna go get that. That'll be my first vehicle I found. I didn't even think to try and find a vehicle on that first map. I don't know if I just drove past the Pacific or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure the Boar is somewhere too, but... Alright. So International is there. How do you even get across? There must be a bridge or something here. This is so confusing, but I love it. Yes, yeah. If you do unsubscribe from mods that are currently unavailable, it'll then make it so you can't turn it back on. But yeah, you were saying that the Nissan that I'm driving right now was taken off the console mod browser. It is not available for people that did not currently have it subscribed. So I already had it subscribed, so I still have access to it. That's why I'm able to drive it right now. But if for some reason I was to unsubscribe from it, I would then not be able to resubscribe until the mod creator brings it back up. Yeah, it should be coming back either hopefully tomorrow. If not, we would then have to wait till next week, because it's only Monday through Friday that new mods are added back onto the console mod browser. Man, I am loving these maps. Yeah, I hope we get more mods like this. I haven't seen too many others that look like the same kind of look and vibe and like style of this type of mod, but I think we should get stuff like this in the future. I mean, we still are only 9 months into the game being available, so I mean, PC realistically has a slightly limited amount of mods available, but it still grows every day. Look at that weird thing. Not quite as big as the Twin Steer, but on the same level, or the Western Star Twin Steer, I should say, because that is a Twin Steer itself also. Let's take this little guy for a spin. International Twin Steer. So weird. But it can have a 3-slot flatbed or sideboard bed, which is sweet. I saw online that it can do a repair unit on the back and then also have like a lower high saddle behind it, which is awesome. I'm sure once this gets upgraded, it's a lot more effective. Come on, 6 tires, it can push through that. See, it's weird, but I already like it. And I know once this gets upgraded, I'll be using this thing a lot. I was really hoping that they'd add in something that was like a counterpart to the Western Star Twin Steer. It's weird, but I like it. Send it to the depths. All right. Well, that was fun. Yeah, we definitely need more mods like this in the future. I hope mod creators see mods like this and get inspired to make more stuff like this. Yeah, did you like that, Kiwi? Alright, so now I know that bridge is out. Looks like I can come around that way. Sometimes you just gotta send it, right? Yeah, that stadium truck is similar, but it definitely is going to require some more attention to make it the same experience driving. Like, I don't know if you saw the very beginning of the stream when I first got in Wisconsin here, Bobby, but that thing does not handle well off-road. I don't know if I just had the wrong setup or something like that as far as engine and tire upgrades or gearbox, but every time I got in, even on like just slight mud, it just would dig itself into the ground and like not even move anywhere. Oh God. Woo. Like, look at that. That just looks so cool. Just has such a different vibe than the other maps. I haven't even completed the Yukon either. Like, I'm not even like halfway through it. I still have all of that to complete. And then I got this to do. Then we're gonna have Phase 4 coming out, probably by the end of April or something like that. It's hard to say when exactly we'll get Phase 4, because the developers, quote-unquote, promise 4 phases of DLC with the Season Pass, and it's 1 year of content. Now, are they calling that 1 year of content from the launch of the game, or 1 year of content from when the Season Pass goes live? Because the game launched in the end of April, April 28th, but the first phase of DLC didn't go live until July 15th. So is that 1 year time frame from the launch of the game, or is it from when the first season went live? So there could be 2 time frames that we're looking at, where it's either is that a dairy just sitting on a riverbank? Is it usable? Okay, no, it's got to be part of that task, which makes sense, but I was like, did they just give us a free dairy? But yeah, like I was just saying, so it's hard to say whether Phase 4 has the time frame to have to be out within quote-unquote 1 year by the end of April, or do they have technically until July? My guess would be the end of April, so end of April, early May is probably when Phase 4 will go live, if I had to guess. I like these maps a little bit more than the Yukon so far, where it's not just deep, soupy mud everywhere. Like, the trails and everything are a little bit more drivable than some of the areas, especially in like flooded foothills. You kind of just seem like you're always bogged down and just like digging through the deep, soupy mud for just hours. But this actually feels like, I don't know, a little bit more fun and drivable. Like, it kind of feels like a mix between Michigan and Tamir. Yeah, that's why when I was driving that, Bobby, I just read your comment there about the tire size on the CCM Stadium truck. That I think has a big factor in why it just digs itself into a hole every time you get in some soft mud. Wow, alright, that bridge is out. Hey, Shuffs, you can't get the new maps. Have you gone into the store on the PlayStation or Xbox, whatever platform you're playing on, and confirmed the purchase of the DLC pack? You have to confirm the purchase of the DLC pack and then restart your game app, and then when you load in, you'll see the maps in the global map menu. So I would recommend, especially if you have the season pass, or if you have not purchased the DLC, you need to go in and then confirm the purchase of the DLC. It'll be free for you if you have the season pass, and then restart the game app, and then you'll see it on your global map menu the next time you load up the game. I could double back this way, but I'm just going to see if I can cut through right there. Yeah, the actual DLC pack itself for Phase 3, or each phase, needs to just confirm the purchase of it in the store, so then it unlocks in the game. The DLC itself is already downloaded with the patch and update, and it's built into the game itself. So you don't technically have to download anything from the store, but you do have to go into the store and just confirm the purchase of it to then unlock it in the game. And then more often than not, you can't, like if you already have the game loaded up when you do that, you then have to restart the game app itself for it to then unlock it in the game. Alright, some clear water. Let's see those oil stains. I don't know if because it's running water it won't show up. I won't watch you guys, or make you guys watch me drive in circles just to see oil stains. It might not be just the big trucks. I mean, a regular sized truck should still show up. I think it's because it was running water right there. If I was in like a more stagnant pool of water, I think it would show up. I'm gonna go get this watchtower. I'm just gonna go straight through the trees. See what happens. I like that even though when you look at the map it might not look like there are trails in a certain area, that there actually are trails all throughout this map. Oh yeah, that Big Bob. Oh, see, I was looking at the I was looking at the comments while driving and I almost rolled. Yeah, the Big Bob, that thing is such a fun new mod. I used that last night for a little while. I mean, it's not necessarily the most effective crawler or anything, but it is just a badass mod. I hope people take a cue from that and make some of the other vehicles and mod trucks that are six-wheeled or 3-axle trucks, and then turn them into like 2-axle versions. It just, I don't know, makes a weird, aggressive-looking feel and like vibe to it. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll accept that friend request in a little bit. Saw that, was it RDJ2 or something like that? Or R2J2? There are upgrades everywhere on these maps. Hey Damien, why did they take Frog's Dodge out? Long story short, it was because of an issue with the description picture in the ConsoleMod browser had a picture of the General Lee on it, and that, for whatever reason, was deemed inappropriate. The developers asked Frog to change it and he didn't, and then they banned him for 24 hours for spam posting uploads, and then the way he handled himself after, and also his repeat offenses for prior infractions, then ultimately got him banned permanently from mod.io and the forums. So he was not able to re-upload the Dodge Ram with an appropriate description picture, but all of his other public mods are still available and will continue to be available that way. That all said, the Dodge Ram pickup is being re-uploaded. He gave that mod to Invalid Redneck. I think his actual name is TNB Invalid Redneck. They're all part of that TNB crew. And Invalid Redneck has re-uploaded the Dodge pickup. And it will be coming back to consoles most likely. It's only on PC currently, but it does have it's the same truck, just with an appropriate picture this time. It really is silly why that mod was taken down. It's unfortunate. Everyone loved it. It was a great mod truck. But at the end of the day, it was Frog's fault, and now his account was banned. He is loading into another backup account that he's had since SnowRunner launch, so that will allow him to continue to create mods, and he'll still be around. He's just going to be under a different name. See, that's what I get for looking at comments while driving. Well, crisis averted. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to roll that back over, but that was easy enough. Man, I haven't had to use a winch much so far in this stream. Now all of a sudden. Oh, cool. This is one of the random scavenge log sites that are placed around the world. Like there are the regular log locations where you just, you know, go to a logging station and you can spawn logs, but there are also these scavenge sites where it'll be a predetermined size and number of logs that you can come pick up from these scavenge locations. Yeah, Damien, same here. We all only had it for that one day, unfortunately, and then it was immediately taken down and all the drama ensued. And it was fun. I mean, I took it around for about a half hour on TNB trails and had a great time with it. Well, that's silly. What is that? P12 with a crane in the middle of a ditch. My suspension is holding on by a thread right now. I hadn't even been watching my damage or any of those statistics, but my suspension is just about smashed. That'll be easy to get to. If I can get through all these and get all the watchtowers without having to switch to another vehicle, I'll be stoked. I can't help but drive recklessly. I drive through rocks, I drive over logs, I drive into trees all the time. Oh, this is one of the trains. So this is the extreme cargo for Phase 3. We're gonna have some trains that we reactivate and rebuild the railway for it, and then we end up dragging this all the way to another location, and then once we have the railway rebuilt, it actually activates and turns on, and it carries cargo from one side of the map to another. I don't know if I can tow it right now, can I? Because you can tow it. Yeah, this isn't gonna pull it, but you guys get what I'm driving at. Man, I cannot get used to this slow movement of auto to reverse. Like low, high, instant. It's fast. Like, why is like reverse so slow. That is so silly. So there's a road over here. I have to go around. Whoa! Oh, just got another friend invite from someone. Oh, nice. I'm glad you were able to get that worked out. Shuffs. Oh, there goes the suspension. Shit. Now she's a low rider. Like a low rider. So funny driving the trucks like this when the suspension is all blown out. I don't even think I have repair points. Oh, I do. Alright. We're back in business. Oh, alright, cool. Easy little road. Oh, you're talking about the one I'm driving right now, Kiwi? Like, it was always #1 on my most wanted list after I saw it back in the day. Like, after it was previewed on PC, like, I was just drooling over this thing and was just really hoping it would come to consoles. What do you mean exactly, Austin? What do you need help with? I might not be able to necessarily help you, but the folks in the comments here in the chat might be able to help you out. Are you having issues with the RAM? Like it's saying not enough RAM with the number of mods that you currently have active, or what are you having trouble with? How many mods do you have active, Austin? Unfortunately, with the recent update, they made even more tight restrictions with the number of mods that you can have activated at a certain time, and that is all relevant to the size of each mod. Like this one I'm driving right now, Zidon's Watcher, is like 600 megabytes or something like that, and there seems to be a limit to the size of the mods as far as how many large file sizes you can have active at the same time. So you might have to just play around with the number of mods that you have activated, and you can only have a certain number activated at a certain time. And it really kind of comes down to the size of each mod. Like if you have like Frog's Titan with an IX Wrecker with another, like all those mods that have large file sizes, basically all the full custom mods that are unique vehicles that aren't a modified version of a vehicle already in the game, you're only going to be able to have so many of those active at the same time. Where the mods of vehicles that are already in the game, those are only like 20 megabytes compared to like 600 or 700 megabytes or 800 megabytes like the Titan. So you might be limited to some of those higher quality mods, unfortunately, because of the new restrictions that came with the patch that went live today. You only have 3 mods on PS4. What are the 3 mods? That's a bummer. 3 mods should be fine, because like myself right now, I have 6 mods activated and 1 mod map, and then I have a trailer pack, but it's the off-road trailers, and that's 0 megabytes, so it doesn't affect anything. Alright, found another tunnel. Back to the first map there. Oh, I see the way I should go now. I need to go down here, go under this bridge, and then it'll wrap down and around to here. I'm really enjoying these maps so far. I think I made a wrong turn. Yep, I did. If that's someone from the chat sending me a friend request, I'll accept it in a little bit, but if I back out to accept it, it's going to affect how the stream goes. It'll essentially black out the stream if I go back out and accept it. So I see that you sent me a friend request. I will accept it in a little while. I'm loving this Scout mod, though. It is a very, very well balanced and effective vehicle. It just tears through the mud. It's very stable, and I know some people kind of rag on Zidon for the way he designed some of his mods, where they are almost too stable, where it's not as much of an issue with this mod per se. But if anyone has used the Last Raider mod, like that one is a lot more prevalent where, oh my god. Oh, the road is up there. Shit. But yeah, like I was saying, if anyone has used the Last Raider mod, that thing has almost all of its weight in the tires. Like, it is almost impossible to roll over. It's crazy. See, I thought I was being smart and figuring out what I would have to do in advance, but this was one of the rare times that in SnowRunner the shortest and easiest route was actually the correct route. I was like, no, the way it's set up here, you should have to go underneath and then wrap around and climb up, which I probably still could do, but I just want to get this watchtower, because then I'm done getting all the watchtowers and I can start hunting down some upgrades and unlock the other new vehicles for Phase 3. Yeah, you can send me an invite or a friend request, absolutely. After I get off the stream here, I'm going to be having dinner. I might be on later tonight, or at any time in the future. I'll definitely link up and I'll help you out if you need any help. I don't get much time to play nowadays because I started working my regular job again and doing that. I was a lot more active and playing a lot more and on the groups more throughout the winter because I was doing a different job that allowed me a little bit more free time. But now I'm not quite able to do it as much as I used to, but I'll still be around. But definitely send me a friend request here on PlayStation. We'll be able to link up sometime soon. I think that's the last watchtower for this second map for Wisconsin here. So yeah, these maps are not quite as big as Tamir or the Kola Peninsula or the Yukon, but they're technical and fun. They're extremely wooded, which makes sense for a map that is introducing logging back into the game. Oh, there's... Oh, excuse me. There's the garage. So I'm going to go unlock the garage. Smack dab in the middle of the map, which is nice. You don't see that too often, other than maybe in the Yukon. The first map in the Yukon, Flooded Foothills, puts it right in the middle of the map, but a lot of maps in the game don't quite, I don't know, fit. They put them over on the corner of the maps and stuff. On PlayStation, my name is KillSwitchVigil7. It's in the description for my YouTube page, how it's exactly spelt, but it's one word, KillSwitchVigil, V-I-G-I-L, with the number 7 on PlayStation. On Xbox, my gamer tag is Unearth. That's Unearth with a 7 instead of a T. So one downside of using the off-road gearbox is you have a low top speed. Makes you feel like you're going in slow motion sometimes. Yeah, I'll take a second. I'm going to type that in for you, Austin. I'll type it into the chat here. There you go. Yeah, I typed it into the chat there. That's on PlayStation. And on Xbox, if anyone's on Xbox... Hey, Tristan Paul. My favorite mod so far, I'd have to say this Watcher Z60 by Zidon is definitely in my top 3, if not my top 5. I love this thing. This is a fun mod. I really like, strangely enough, that new pack that came out yesterday. The trio of tremendous Tuz-themed trucks. Like that, that is just a really, really fun mod pack that I didn't think I would like when I first saw it online, but then when I saw it in game, I really enjoy it. It's a fun, weird mod pack. Here we go. Discovered the garage for the second map here in Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't have them activated right now, but I'm really liking this new one that came out today, the Stadium 9300. It's a fun little mod scout. I absolutely love the Last Raider here by Zidon. This thing is awesome. And then this other one by Zidon. This is the original version of the Titan, but we have the new trial version, which I was driving earlier. I'll take out the Stadium. This thing is a fun new scout. Just it's a little bit of a letdown where it just seems to have traction issues. I don't know if it's because of the small tires or what, but you get in any type of mud and this thing is almost useless. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, this is a mod that everyone would love to have. It's just not quite as effective like in actual gameplay, which is a little bit of a letdown. Because it's hard to control, and like I said, once you get in any type of mud, like, or even here on pavement, it just has like traction issues. But if anyone has been paying attention, this is the same mod creator that put out Fred's Buggy. If anyone noticed that last week or the week before, and that was just an absolute garbage mod that doesn't handle well at all. Flips over more often than it's on his tires. But when this thing is going along, it's fun enough. Just a little hard to control. See, like right there. Like, I'm not in deep mud at all, but it started to dig itself into the ground for no reason. I don't know if it's too much power that the mod creator put in it, or what. Like, it just overpowers the amount of traction that it should have to be able to get around, but just doesn't handle right. But that's kind of what comes with the territory with mods. Nothing's going to be perfect. All mods are going to have something wrong with it. None of them are going to be perfect. Just some of them are definitely more of a work in progress than others. Oh, nice. I got another friend request from a Nautical Grizzly. I'll accept that after the stream here. Oh yeah, I saw that friend request, Austin. I'll accept that one after the stream. If I was to accept it right now, it would black out the stream and make it so people would just be staring at a black screen, and no one wants that. But yeah, you get this thing in like any soft terrain, and you have to put it in the low gears to even move around. Like if I put it in low-high, alright, fine, it works. Yeah, see? Like... You have to use like low 2 only, or low 1. Like, low-high still does kind of work, but it will sometimes dig itself in. Like, look at that. I mean, it's slightly caused because of the tree, but it's mostly because of the messed up lack of traction on this thing. See, like, what is it? It's like it should not be having any trouble right here. Yeah, it can't even get up a slight incline on a rock. You put it in low, and then it crawls. but like there's just something wrong with the traction. There's a lot of potential here. It just needs larger tires. It needs a lot of attention to the traction and the amount of power that's being put out. It's a weird mod. It looks beautiful, but definitely has some issues. Let's take the last raider out. I love this thing. Alright, Tristan. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Damien, the Dodge should be coming back. It was re-uploaded by Invalid Redneck, so hopefully that'll come back in the next couple weeks. We'll see what happens. Because there wasn't anything wrong with that Dodge pickup. There wasn't. It was all the mod creator himself and the way he handled the situation. Alright, let's get some upgrades. See, I love this last raider, but on tarmac it is actually kind of hard to control. The butt end likes to go out on it. Yeah, it has potential, but it is terrible. It just handles like dog shit. This has become one of my favorite scouts. I absolutely love this thing. It's not the best in the deep mud, but I really like this. Ah, yeah, the 110. The 110 is a great scout mod. Other than the fact its weight distribution is weird. It's like the mod creator has the weight really high on it. Like, it almost feels like when you're playing with it, like the weight is all positioned up in the roof, so it makes it kind of roll very easily, especially when you put some of the taller suspensions on it. And the larger tires. And another big thing that turns me off to the 110, even though I do love it, is the positioning of the winch points. Like, the winch points just make no sense on it, and it actually makes it really tough to roll back over when you get it on its roof. Like, it turns it into a damn turtle, and it's just impossible to roll back over. I do like it a lot, and that was one of the ones I really was looking forward to coming to consoles, but there's just something about it that it just makes it tough to enjoy. Oh yeah, the Z4266 is a really nice mod. That thing is really well made. Oh, see, I was looking at the comments while driving. Oh, that'd be sweet, Damien. That'd be a really awesome addition. A lot of people really want stuff like that. More just current vehicles that don't feel as dated, where the developers of this game have a very specific and unique feel and vibe that they seem to be pushing with a lot of the vehicles that are in the game. And they're really never going to stray from that. Like, they seem almost averse to bringing more traditional or real-world vehicles into the game. Like, they have a very specific and unique vibe that they seem to be trying to put out with these games. Well, I got myself in a situation here. Yeah, the the axle will just clip through a bridge in real life. There we go. Engageable diff lock for the International Paystar Twin Steer. Oh. Yeah, see, and that's exactly it. I don't know if you guys saw it right there, but this thing will automatically roll itself back on its tires sometimes. It's crazy. For some people, that's what they like to point out with this mod, and the fact that it will roll itself back over or almost somewhat be unrollable, and it makes it overpowered in their opinion. And to each their own. If that's how you feel about it, don't use it. It is definitely kind of silly, but everything else about the vehicle outweighs those kind of strange nuances that make it kind of a turn off for some, where I don't care. It's a weird feature, but I like everything else about this mod to the point where I'll use it no matter what. I wouldn't mind if the mod creator did adjust that to the point where it didn't do that anymore. That'd be okay with me, but hey, if it's a feature with it, so be it. Ooh, the fine-tuned low gear. I'm looking forward to this. This new gearbox allows you to fine-tune the low gear. Kind of like a MudRunner throwback. I'll recover and see if I can put it on this. I cannot. Yeah, Austin, we do. New, gooseneck trailers are very welcome to consoles. That'd be a great option. Alright, fine-tuned low gear suspension. So you can see on the gearbox down here, it then gives you the option to then select through, and then wherever you let go is where it's going to put it. So it's essentially a throttle control and not really a gear control, but it allows you to select the gear while going along and driving. So you can really adjust the amount of throttle that you want to have. It only really makes a difference like in the deepest of mud, but it's a fun option to have. On certain vehicles it'll be very useful. But just looking at that, that seems to be how slow it moves there. Seems to be very similar to how slow it moves between reverse. Oh, that's because reverse is adjustable now. Or is that only with this gearbox? This lag in the garage needs to go away. So this does not have the adjustable gearbox on it, but okay, it doesn't do it. It's not the same. It doesn't lock in place midway through like the adjustable gearbox, but on the adjustable gearbox, the reverse gear is also adjustable. Just like this one is not. So you cannot have an adjustable gearbox if you're looking at the bottom right corner. It's not locking into place in between auto and reverse. It's just either reverse or auto. You can't go in the middle. It just locks back in, but the Apache with the adjustable gearbox allows you to select in between gears at the range you would like in low, but also in reverse. It allows you to select the range also, which is a great feature that they used to have in MudRunner, which is really nice to see back here in SnowRunner. I'm a big fan of that. Any Apache lovers out there? It might not be the most powerful scout, but it's a fun one. There isn't as much deep mud as I expected there to be here in Wisconsin, but that's a welcome change from the deep, soupy fucking shit that we had to deal with in the Yukon. Yeah, it might not be the fastest scout, but it'll go places. And the fact that they allow it to, like, if you own it, you then have it as soon as you start a new playthrough. Like, it is such a great scout for when you're just starting out in the game. Like, when you start out with it in Michigan, you can have the max engine and the SnowRunner gearbox in no time. And then you have a perfect scout to just then go and explore and unlock all the other maps without having to spend any money whatsoever. Yeah, you can't pull trailers with it. That is the one downside. That's absolutely right. It would be nice to be able to pull trailers with it. That and like the Con Marshal, but for the simple fact that they make it so it's a paid vehicle, like actual paid DLC, and then it's available as soon as you start a new game. If you were able to pull trailers with it, it would then be considered overpowered in a way where you don't have to pay for it with in-game currency, and then if you could pull trailers with it, it'd be a more overpowered vehicle at the beginning of the game, even though it isn't in like true overpowered terms, but people would be able to use it in a more abusive way, I guess you could say, at the beginning of the game, if you were able to pull trailers with it. But realistically, like, they should just let us pull trailers with it. There's no reason that we shouldn't be able to pull trailers with it. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna jump off here, go have some dinner. I appreciate everyone stopping by and watching the stream and hanging out in the chat while I unlocked the maps here in Wisconsin. It's exciting for Phase 3 to be live. I'll do another stream here in a few days and get into the logging here in Wisconsin, because that's really what I'm excited about here for Phase 3 is logging coming back. I don't necessarily have a planned stream coming up. It's kind of when I have time to do it, but I will definitely be doing more in the future. But I don't have a set schedule or anything like that. Unfortunately, it's more or less when I have the time to do it, I jump on when I can. But I'll let you guys know through my Facebook page and through the groups and stuff. I post through there and whatnot. But I'll accept those friend requests you guys sent to my PlayStation, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day.